All right, let's jump right into this explainer. We're talking about a trap literally almost everyone falls into at some point. You know that feeling, right? When the weeks just kind of blur together and you're sitting there wondering how you got so stuck or how on earth you're going to strategically break out of it. Well, today we're unpacking exactly what's holding you back. So think about this. Same job, same routine. Are you actually stable or are you just scared? Be totally honest with yourself for a second here. You've got the same gig, the exact same daily grind, the same four walls staring back at you. You probably tell yourself, hey, I'm safe, or I'm just not in a rush right now. But let's be real, you aren't staying still because you're perfectly content. You're staying still because you're scared. Let's fix that. All right, moving to section 1, the illusion of safety and why your brain literally wants you to stay completely still. Here's the thing that nobody properly explains about your comfort zone. It is not this cozy physical space of zen and peace. It's actually a primitive biological survival mechanism. See, your brain burns through a massive amount of your daily energy. So its number one job, it isn't making you a wildly successful CEO. It's just keeping you alive and conserving power. To your primitive brain, keeping you unchanged is the exact same thing as keeping you breathing. Think about your amygdala, that little almond-shaped alarm system in your brain that processes fear. It is honestly terrible at distinguishing between a modern awkward situation and a literal physical threat. It genuinely can't tell the difference between a hungry tiger chasing you and you just speaking up at a podium. So when you take a public risk, all these alarm bells start going off. But it's not a sign to stop. It's just a sign that you're standing right at the edge of your current circle. Which leads us to section 2. The 5 lies of the amygdala and why you are actively sabotaging your own growth. So here they are. These are the 5 specific lies your primitive brain feeds you on a daily basis just to prevent you from changing. We're going to expose every single one of these because the second you recognize them, poof, they completely lose their power over you. Let's look at the first 2. First, we massively overestimate risk because our brains calculate worst-case feelings, not actual real-world odds. Like sending a networking message feels life-ruining, even though it's totally harmless. Second, comfort is biologically engineered to feel like the smart choice. We tell ourselves, oh, I'm just being practical, I'm playing it safe. But guys, that is usually just fear speaking to you in a much calmer, rational-sounding voice. And that brings us to the third lie, which is incredibly common. You think the fear is just supposed to go away first. You're waiting to feel perfectly confident before taking the leap. But waiting for fear to disappear is like waiting for a feeling that only arrives after the action you're avoiding. The truth is stark, but it's so liberating. Fear does not go away before you act. It goes away because you acted. And your brain suddenly realized, oh hey, we survived. Finally, lies 4 and 5. Look, if everyone around you avoids risk, your environment just reinforces that small comfort zone. Combine that with, say, one past failure, and your brain immediately files taking a risk away as highly dangerous. But in reality, one past failure is not a dangerous pattern. It is literally just one single data point on a very, very long road. Don't let a risk-averse environment, or just one bad memory, veto your entire future. Okay, moving on to section 3, strategic expansion. We're going to talk about rewiring your nervous system for growth. The ultimate fix here is what we call the 1% edge rule. You absolutely do not need to jump from perfect comfort straight into sheer, paralyzing terror. Just pick an action slightly outside your zone so you don't completely overwhelm your nervous system. Speak up just once in a meeting. Make one single cold call. Find that 1% edge where it feels uncomfortable but not unbearable. Now, these 5 actionable steps, these are your complete tool set for crossing into the unknown and systematically updating your brain's threat assessment. We just covered finding that 1% edge. Now let's see how the rest of these steps fundamentally change how you process risk. For step 2, before you back out of an opportunity, you have to separate real risk from imagined risk. Write it down. Literally ask yourself, what is the realistic worst-case scenario here? 9 times out of 10, it's just a little bit of awkwardness or embarrassment, right? Not actual physical danger. Vague fear feels absolutely huge, but specific, written down fear, that is incredibly manageable. And this brings us to step 3, which is a really profound mindset shift. You have to stop trying to calm down first. Seriously, let your hands shake, let your voice crack. Do it anyway. Because courage was never the absence of fear, it's simply action taken right alongside it. For steps 4 and 5, you have to actively manage your life. Purposefully choose to follow people who are just slightly ahead of you, people who treat discomfort as totally normal. Remember, your environment is either going to pull you forward or keep you playing small. And then collect evidence. Write down your actual outcomes after taking these little risks to prove to your brain that it wasn't a total catastrophe. Doing this basically updates your mental software and your comfort zone just naturally expands. Which brings us to our final section, section 4. The comfort zone is a muscle. You either stretch it or you shrink it. So I want to leave you with a final provocative thought today. Your comfort zone isn't some massive brick wall you have to somehow vault over. It's a muscle. The more you stretch it, the more it grows. So ask yourself right now, will you protect your potential, or are you going to keep protecting a comfort zone that has quietly been costing you for years? The choice is entirely yours. If this explainer sparked a little something for you today, make sure to come back next week. We're going to break down exactly how to build unstoppable self-discipline. Catch you then.